Welcome to IELTS CELPIP MasterPrep, your trusted source for real exam-based practice tests. Every test you see here is inspired by current exam trends, and each one comes with full model solutions to help you master every section. Here's our daily schedule. IELTS tests drop every morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and CLP tests every evening at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. No matter which exam you're preparing for, we've got you covered every single day. Are you ready for today's test? Give it your best shot and comment your score. The top 5 scorers will be featured in our monthly Achievers newsletter and awards. Want your name included? Let's begin.
Part 1. You will hear a woman contacting a cable company about internet packages. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 10. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 10. Hi there, I'm calling because I just moved to a new apartment on Elm Street in Mississauga, and I need to set up an internet package. I don't currently have any service with your company. Welcome to Northlink Communications. My name is Derek, and I'd be happy to help you find the right plan. Can I start with your full name, please? Sure, it's Karen Mitchell. I moved in just last weekend, and I really need internet set up as soon as possible because I work from home 3 days a week. Absolutely, Karen. Since you work from home, you'll want something reliable. We have 3 main packages right now. Our basic plan offers 50 megabits per second for $39.99 a month. The Plus plan gives you 150 megabits for $59.99, and our Premium plan is 300 megabits per second for $79.99 a month. I do a lot of video conferencing for work, and my teenage daughter streams movies constantly. She's also a big online gamer. Would the Plus plan be enough for that, or should I go higher? Honestly, with video calls and heavy streaming plus gaming happening at the same time, I'd recommend the Premium plan. The 300 megabits will keep everything running smoothly even during peak usage. And actually, we're running a promotion right now. If you sign up for a 12-month contract on the Premium plan, you get the first 3 months at the Plus price of $59.99. Oh, that's a nice deal. What about installation? Is there a fee for that? And how soon could someone come out to set it up? There's normally a $75 installation charge, but with the 12-month premium contract, we waive that completely. As for scheduling, the earliest available slot I have is this Thursday, May 28th, between 9 a.m. and noon. Would that work for you? Thursday morning is perfect, actually, since I'll be home anyway. One more thing, does the package include a modem and router, or do I need to buy my own equipment? We provide a combination modem router unit at no extra charge. It's included as a rental with your plan. However, if you'd prefer to purchase your own equipment, we do offer a compatible router for a one-time cost of $89, and then you'd save the $4 monthly rental fee. I think I'll just stick with the rental for now and see how the service goes. Also, is there a data cap on the Premium plan, or is it unlimited? Great news, the Premium plan comes with unlimited data, so you and your daughter won't have to worry about hitting any limits. The Basic and Plus plans both have a 500 gigabyte monthly cap, so you're definitely making the right choice with Premium. Perfect, that seals it for me. Let's go ahead with the Premium plan on the 12-month contract. Can you also confirm what my first bill will look like? Of course. So your first bill will show the promotional rate of $59.99 plus applicable taxes. No installation fee. After the 3-month promotional period ends, it'll go up to the regular $79.99. I've scheduled your installation for Thursday, May 28th, between 9 and 12. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. Is there anything else I can help you with today, Karen? That is the end of Part 1. You now have some time to check your answers to Part 1. Part 2. You will hear a campus announcement about changes to student services at a university. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 20. Good afternoon, students. This is Karen Whitfield, Associate Dean of Student Affairs at Lakewood University in Edmonton. I have several important updates regarding changes to student services effective this fall semester. First, the Student Wellness Center will be relocating from Richardson Hall to the newly renovated 3rd floor of the Morrison Building. This move allows us to expand our counseling staff from 8 to 14 professionals, which means wait times for mental health appointments should decrease significantly, from 3 weeks down to roughly 5 business days. Second, our campus shuttle service will now operate until midnight instead of 10 p.m., particularly benefiting students who study late at the library. The shuttle will add 2 new stops, one near the Riverside Residences and another at the Birchwood Athletic Complex. Third, the Financial Aid Office is introducing an online portal replacing the old paper-based application process. Students can submit bursary and scholarship applications digitally starting September 15th. Please note that the deadline for winter term bursary applications has been moved forward to November 1st, that is 2 weeks earlier than last year. Finally, the campus food court will feature 3 new vendors, including a fully vegetarian cafe called Green Roots. For questions, email studentservices@lakewood.ca or visit us in person during office hours, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Thank you. That is the end of Part 2. You now have some time to check your answers to Part 2. Part 3. You will hear a discussion between 2 clients and a financial advisor about retirement savings in Canada. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 30. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 30. Welcome, Patricia and Derek. I understand you'd like to review your retirement savings plan. How far along are you? Well, Sunita, we've been contributing to our RRSPs for about 12 years, but we're not sure we're on track. Right. We also opened a TFSA each a few years ago, but we haven't been maximizing those contributions. That's actually quite common. The good news is your RRSP contributions give you a tax deduction now, and the TFSA withdrawals will be completely tax-free in retirement. We've heard about the new First Home Savings Account too. Does that apply to us at all? Since you already own your home, the FHSA wouldn't apply. But we should look at topping up your TFSA room. You likely have unused contribution space. What about the Canada Pension Plan? I've been paying into it my whole career. CPP is a solid foundation. If you both delay taking it until 65 instead of 60, your monthly payments increase by over 30%. That's significant. And what about old age security? OAS begins at 65, but if your income is too high, part of it gets clawed back. That's where TFSA withdrawals help. They don't count as taxable income. So we should prioritize the TFSA going forward to keep our retirement income below that clawback threshold. Exactly. I'd recommend we split your new savings between your RRSPs and TFSAs, and I'll model a projection for you both by next week. That is the end of Part 3. You now have some time to check your answers to Part 3. Part 4. You will hear a lecture on advances in renewable energy and their impact on Canadian jobs. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're joined by Professor Anil Sharma from the University of Calgary to discuss how the renewable energy sector is reshaping Canada's labour market. Professor Sharma, what's the big picture right now? Thanks, Karen. Well, Canada added roughly 68,000 clean energy jobs last year alone. Solar panel installation, wind turbine maintenance, and battery storage engineering are the fastest-growing fields. Alberta and Ontario are leading, but every province is seeing gains. That's impressive growth. But critics argue these jobs don't fully replace the ones lost in oil and gas. How do you respond? It's a fair concern. The salary gap is real. Some entry-level green positions pay less than experienced petroleum roles. However, retraining programs, particularly those funded through the Federal Green Workforce Initiative, are bridging that gap by upgrading workers' skills within 18 months. What about rural and Indigenous communities? Are they benefiting equally? Not yet equally, but progress is notable. Several First Nations in British Columbia now co-own wind farms, generating both revenue and local employment. The challenge remains in remote areas where infrastructure investment hasn't kept pace with demand. You've mentioned battery storage engineering. Why is that field so significant for Canada specifically? Canada holds vast lithium and cobalt reserves. Domestic processing of these minerals could create an entire supply chain, from mining to manufacturing, keeping high-value jobs here rather than exporting raw materials abroad. Looking ahead to 2030, what should policymakers prioritize? 3 things: expanding apprenticeship incentives, investing in rural grid modernization, and ensuring that international trade agreements protect Canadian clean-tech intellectual property. If we get those right, renewable energy could account for nearly 12% of total national employment by the end of the decade. That is the end of Part 4. You now have some time to check your answers to Part 4. That is the end of the CELPIP listening test. You now have some time to transfer your answers to the answer sheet.
Before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with other test takers, and subscribe so you never miss your daily IELTS and CELPIP tests. Drop your score in the comments. Your name could be featured in our monthly Achievers newsletter. Stay consistent, stay focused, and keep leveling up with MasterPrep.